My washing's done. It's Monday morning. We've already got a blue sky, the sun's shining. It's a much better day than yesterday. So the washing is going outside. When I've done that, I'm going to go and get myself dressed. So I'll catch up with you in a little while. I know I said it was a much better day than yesterday, and it is, but it is still at the minute absolutely freezing out there. It's still only 7:20 though, so hopefully it will get warmer, but I'm off to get some clothes on. So I'm fully dressed and warmed up. I've cleaned the bathroom, which also helped to warm me up. That needed doing. So I'm now gonna pop up to the range. If you saw my video from yesterday where I spent it in the garden, then you'll have seen that I've got these little bird brackets and we ended up not using these, so I'm going to take them back. I was going to just take them back for a refund, but I've decided to see if they've got some more sort of like plant pots. I've seen them quite, I'm not sure if they're in the range, but I have seen them where they've got a hook, so you can hook some on over the fence. Because I've still got half a bag of compost left, and there's still quite a lot of seeds in this packet. So I'm going to have a quick look. If they don't have any in the range, I do know that they've got some in Poundland, although this is a different Poundland to the one that I was in yesterday. It's still only, it's not even quite 8:15 yet, so I've still got maybe half an hour or so before setting off to the shops. So I've got to entertain myself for the next half an hour, so I'll catch up with you in a little while. They didn't have what I wanted in the range, so I'm off to Poundland. Hopefully they'll have got what I want, but just look at that sky. And I've just gone past a workman cutting grass and it smells absolutely divine. I mean, don't you feel so much better when the sun's shining? Still a little bit cool, but we're getting there. I've managed to get what I want from Poundland, and I've picked up just a couple of other cheap bits. So if you want to know what I bought, then please keep watching. I'm on my way home now. It is still, to me, there's still a little bit of a, you know, touch of coolness to the air, but I have seen plenty of people, mainly men, walking about in shorts and t-shirts. So it just shows you having that sun and the blue sky, just what it does to you. And yeah, it turns you actually a bit silly because it is not warm enough for shorts and t-shirts, believe me. I've just got back home and I thought I'd just run through the things that I bought, but the first thing I noticed when I got home was I got a little package in the post, and this is the bowel screening. I have already done one of these, and I had a letter a few weeks ago to say that they were sending me this. It's not the most exciting thing, is it, to get in the post, but it is a must. So at some point I will be doing that, but not today. So when I was in the range, I saw these, and I've been wanting a pair of these for absolutely ages, and it's the first time I've really come across one. Nothing special, but they're a rubber glove, but they're the extra long type. Whenever I wash the pots with the normal short ones, I always end up with water inside the glove, so then the fingers get wet anyway, so it's a waste of time. So these, they look like they're quite, yeah, they're the long ones, and these were $1.99. Oh, look at them. So hopefully I won't get water down my gloves now. When I went to Poundland, that's the next shop I went to, and I'll show you what I bought there. So one of the things I picked up, just the extra, what I wasn't planning on buying, but I always like to take these. These are little travel hangers, and whenever you go in a hotel, there is never ever enough hangers for me. So I've already got some, but I just thought I would get some extra, because even with the extra I still don't have enough. So 3 in there, and they're still £1. So I picked them up while I saw them. I bought this little plant pot, and this was £1. A couple of years ago, I think it's 2 years ago now, my little granddaughter bought me this for Mother's Day, and I absolutely love this little cup it's in. But as you can see, it is growing. I've got this on the window ledge in the kitchen, and this one here it's sprouting out like this because it's obviously seeking the sun. So I'm going to repot it because it's obviously growing out of this. But if anybody knows, because I am not a gardener, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with these because these are obviously all dead. I'm not sure whether I'm supposed to pull these off or do I actually just cut this to allow for more flowers to grow. Although obviously apart from this big one, I've got this one here and I've got, looks like one there as well, and there might even be another one here coming. So I don't want to lose this because it's looking like a really nice plant. It's almost like, I mean, I have no idea what it's called. No, but it's almost got like a tulip bell shape little petal. But yeah, so that is gonna live in there. I'm hoping I've got enough compost, because I ended up buying these. These are the things that I went into Poundland for. So I bought one of them. As you can see, it's got the handle. That one was £2, and I've gone for this colour because I bought the plant pot, just the normal plant pot in this colour. So I decided to stick with the same colour because you can get these in a pale blue and also in white. And then I got this one, which is more like a trough, and that's obviously got 2 on it, and that one was £3. So the thing is, I need to put the drainage holes in the bottom, and we don't have a drill. My brother-in-law, who lives next door, who normally does the little bits of DIY, he's at work, and I want to get these repotted today because I'm back at work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so it's going to be Friday before I get any time to do anything else, and there's probably going to be another host of jobs to do. So I think I'm going to ring my dad up because I'm sure he did have a drill, so I'm going to ring him up and see if he's got one. If not, I'll have to wait till my brother-in-law gets home. I'm quite happy to do this myself. It's just the fact that I don't have a drill. So yeah, I want to get that done and dusted. I'm going to go now and have something to eat. What time is it? It's about 10 past 10 because I'm really hungry. I'm going to get something to eat, ring my dad, see if he can do them. But while the sun's out, I really want to try and get another full fence panel painted today, and then that will just leave 3.5 for when we've got more time. I don't know whether David will get some done this week. He's not feeling too well. I don't think he was sneezing away yesterday. So yeah, I'm going to grab my sort of like, I don't know, breakfast, brunch, whatever you want to call it. I'll catch you in a bit. While I was at the shopping centre earlier, I needed a toilet break, and bang next to the toilets was a notice board. So I had a quick look on this notice board, and I don't work Mondays, excuse me, and I want something to do on a Monday. And I had a look at this notice board, and at their library, their local library up near the shopping centre, they've got a craft morning 10 while 12 on a Monday, which is obviously perfect for me. So I went to the library, but it was about 9:30 when I went to the library. They didn't open till 10. So I wasn't hanging about shopping centre. There's always a risk of spending more money, and I didn't want to spend any more money. So I'm going to hopefully give them a ring as well today and just find out, because it said it was £5 a month. And I think you get the first 2 months free if you show a photo of the leaflet. So I'm going to ring them up. And I mean, £5 a week to me is fine, but £5 a month is even better. I'm not sure whether you just take your own craft projects in or what, how it works. So yeah, I'm really pleased about that. I'm gonna give them a ring later. I think I've just learned a valuable lesson about gardening, and I'm sure most of you probably know this, but there's a hole here and a hole here and a hole there, and I've got some compost here, so obviously the birds have been at my seeds, so I'm gonna sort that out, and they're probably gonna have to live in the conservatory for a while. There's always something to be learned, I guess. So I'm back in my scrubs. My dad's done me the drainage holes, and he's half filled these little pots with some soil. I've walked down and walked back, so he's not filled them to the top because they might have been a bit too heavy. So I'm just going to put a bit more compost in them. Then I'm going to put some more of my seeds in. And it's, where's that? as I was walking down and back to my mum's, it was absolutely glorious, but it started to cloud over a little bit. I hope it's not gonna start raining. I think it's just one big massive cloud what's sat above me. So, but it's given me some advice to leave these in the conservatory until they get about a 2 to 3 inch shoot on them, so the birds can't get hold of them. Right, so that's that one. Put some more in this one. So one good thing about this house is it's a south-facing garden, so it does get really hot in the conservatory, so it will act as a greenhouse. So that's one good thing. So I couldn't believe it this morning when I came. It never even entered my mind, you know, because I don't really know much about gardening. It really never entered my head about the birds. But like I say, every day you learn something. So let's sprinkle some seeds in, and then I'll sort these other ones back out. So that's that one. And that's that one, and that's all, they've all gone. I hope there's some left in there anyway. Put a bit more compost on these, and then I'll get these watered. And then when they go in the conservatory, I ain't got any little saucer things for the bottom, so I've got a couple of trays. I'm just going to put them on the trays and just hope for best really and see what happens. It's really nice. I'm not going to lie, getting your hand in this compost. It's going in my shoes and everywhere. I don't have a table that I can do this on. That's why I'm sat down here. Right, that's that. They just need a water. And then this one doesn't look too bad, the big pot. It just looks a little bit as though they've had a go at it, but they've not managed to do anything. It's these two smaller ones. But I've run out of seeds. There's just none left now. I'll just put a bit more compost back in and just, fingers crossed, see what happens. Right, there we go. Give them all a bit of a water, and then they're going to go in the conservatory. Then hopefully when they've started sprouting up a little bit, I can bring them outside and these can go on the fence. But you know what? It does feel really heavy, that. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Once I've done this, hopefully, like I say, I don't think it's going to rain. I want to get another fence panel done before the day's out. So they've all had a good water. I'm just leaving them out here for a little bit just so that there's any excess water drains out. And I've repotted my little one that was in the little cup. So that one is going to go back on the windowsill. I don't want this one to get too big because I want to keep it in the kitchen, and it's not a very big windowsill. So hopefully that will now just give that a little bit more room to grow. And even though at the minute it's a little bit cloudy, I'm going to start cracking on. I've just got to decide which fence panel. They're all now really quite awkward to get to for one reason or another. So that's my next job. I've ended up doing one full fence post at the back, and I've had enough for today. It's about 1:10. I haven't had a drink yet and I am absolutely gagging, so I've scrubbed myself up. I'm going to make the pack up for tomorrow for work. Me and David are both working. He's bought my brother-in-law some Guinness for helping out doing the topiary things on the front. So get this out of the way and then I'm going to sit down and enjoy a cup of tea. I've made myself a cup of my lemon tea and I've got 2 chocolate malted milk biscuits. I really feel like I've earned these, so I don't feel guilty eating them. I shall enjoy them. I'm going to sit here for maybe half an hour. With this being a self-facing garden, the conservatory, it's just nice. The temperature is just nice. But because it's self-facing, that means we don't get any sun in the, on the living room. So it's actually quite cold in there. So I am grateful we've got the conservatory. So I've got my drink and I've got the new Avon book. I'm going to have a look. I've decided I think I want a new lipstick, and I'm thinking maybe a deep peach or a coral colour, with the spring and summer coming. So I'm just going to enjoy the next half an hour browsing through the Avon book, having my drink and my biscuits, and then who knows what the rest of the day is going to bring. I'm going to try out my new rubber gloves. I've got a few pots to wash. When David saw these, he says to me, "Oh, I want a pair." I says, "What do you want a pair of pink gloves for?" "Pink rubber gloves." He says, "Well, they come in handy for a car." He says, "But I don't want pink. What other colour do they do?" I says, "They don't. I'm so in this colour." So I think my gloves are safe, but I'm just loving the length. Does anybody else agree that a standard pair of rubber gloves is too short when it comes to washing pots? Or is it just me? Let me know. So I come into the living room and the temperature is so drastic in here. I've actually put the electric blanket on. So from the conservatory, that sounded a bit daft, conservatory, where you can sit quite nicely, I've come in here and put the electric blanket on. This is how bizarre this house is, because there's just no sun on the living room. So the living room, when that 1 or 2 days in high summer, when the temperatures really get hot, that's when the living room really comes into its own. But these sorts of temperatures, it's still really quite cold, and I'm gonna go and get my big snuddy as well. So I am ending the day as I normally do with a cuppa, and for me it's always got to be my lemon tea. David's bought us a custard, so I'm going to sit down, enjoy that, just relax again in front of the TV. Tomorrow is Tuesday, so therefore it is a work day for me, and quite honestly I cannot wait until the day that I can retire. But that's not going to be for about 11 years. So it is no rest for the wicked, as they say. So thanks for watching. I'd appreciate it if you'd give me some likes, some comments, some feedbacks. And if you'd like to subscribe, I would love to have you. And hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.